Yo, what's going on YouTube? This today's tutorial for Rock Beats TV is going to be covered on choreography. And the thing with choreography is, like I said, it's a deep subject. It's a deep subject. It can't just be taught by me. I'm not an expert in choreography. But I'm giving you tips today because I've been in a class environment. I've taught at a studio, and I'm very observant. So hopefully these tips and tricks help you. It's going to be kind of broad. But like I said, you got to go learn yourself. You need to go get yourself to a local class, get with some friends, and just experiment. Go crazy. All right. Try to put the imagination, whoever's dancing up here, whatever kind of vision is going on in your mind, you got to somehow get it onto the dance floor. That's why you have to kind of teach and train your body how to move like that, or how you want it to move. So here are a few tips I think will help out. All right. So I'm Shawn from Beat Rockers. Here we go. Let's get this lesson started. Alright, tip number one, you got to learn how to break down your moves. And when I say break down your moves, it's when you freestyle. For example, when you freestyle for a minute or two, sometimes we're just going with the flow. We're not even thinking. So you ever get that thing where a friend was like, hey, do that again. And you don't really remember how you did the combo. You're just like, that was just on the spot. And that's great. That shows that, wow, you are creative on the spot and you can do some crazy things. But if you wanna, it's not gonna do any good if you can't remember what you did. So the faster, you have to register it up here and practice to kind of know that, like, this little freestyle move I did, I can put it into counts, 1 and 2 and 3 and and move like that, because then you can apply it to a part of the song. Maybe a fast part of the song comes up. You can do that one fast part that you freestyle. There are people out there that can freestyle for a minute and remember everything they did, and and make a choreo piece out of it, and that's awesome. I tilt my hat down to you. But me, I freestyle so much, that I'm always on the spot that sometimes I have a hard time making choreo. Like when I actually stop the song and then try to make moves, it's kind of frustrating because I'm not flowing, I'm not freestyling. I'm not flowing, so that's just me, but everyone's different. Also, you got to learn your counts. Some choreographers use it, some don't. But you got to learn your counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then starting at an end. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now mix it up. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and 1, 2. That's how you kind of start changing up the tempo. How do you start making choreography? To be honest, that's a toughie because everyone has their own way of making choreography. I can tell you what I do, and then you can go on from there and figure out what other people do. But everyone has their own way of making choreography. Some people jump from lyric to the beat. Maybe they'll go boom, ska, boom, ska, boom, baby, 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 and they kind of just jump from beat to lyric, or even both, and that makes it more dynamic, DZ always said, change up the textures, to make it bigger. So that always stuck with me. Another tip with choreography is do whatever works for you, okay? It's a creating process. Some people are very detailed, and then other people kind of just throw it out there. That's how you can tell if it's good choreo or sloppy choreo. The detailed ones are always the ones that really catch your eye. They don't really do a big move, but they just do a little t-t-ka-ka on that particular part that you didn't listen to. The reason why I like choreo is I'll watch because I can actually see what the choreographer came up with. I'm like, okay, that's what he created. Okay, he did this move at that particular beat. That was kind of dope. Little stuff like that. So that's what makes choreography beautiful. It's art. Freestyle is art too, but choreography is just like a big stamp on it. This is what I made, and these are all my dancers to show it and hear world. Take a look at it, and it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. When you're taking a choreography class, you kind of got to feel what the choreographer wants to give you, okay? Why did he make this dance? How does he want it, okay? How does he want you to move to it? Some choreographers will be like, okay, add your own flavor to it. And some will be like, I want it like this. don't move when I say freeze. You know, so you gotta listen to detail, pay attention to detail, and keep up. Alright, don't get behind in choreo class. And if you start getting behind, this is a little tip. For example, say you don't know the move, you don't know a certain move, and the choreographer is just like, all right, moving on, moving on, moving on. Don't dwell on that move. Skip that move. You know, fake it till you know it. You know what I mean? And then just skip that move and keep on going. As long as you get the steady tempo and the rhythm of what the choreographer is trying to teach you, you can always go back and clean up that move. Because sometimes people will do the choreo, get stuck on one move, and everyone else moves on, and that means you just don't know the choreo. You just get behind. That's why people get frustrated. But when you go into a choreography class, you're you're a student, so get ready to learn. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you're falling behind. So you're there to learn. It's the process. It's the process. It's the experience that counts, right? All right. So that was a brief tips and tricks about choreography, and I can't emphasize this enough. But go do your research elsewhere. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for being on my page. But this is a topic, and I want you guys to learn about choreography the right way, not just from one person saying what choreography is. Because I'm just helping you with tips and hints that I've learned. Go take classes. Go learn who the big name choreographers are. Not just the Britney Spears' choreographer. Not just Shakira's. Not the mainstream choreographers. Go do your research on more the underground talent, the local community dance crews. The choreographers. Jabberwockies, movement lifestyle, you know what I mean? Those are just some names to to type in and do research and branch out and find out what choreographer that has your style. And maybe you can watch him, and by watching him and being observant, you can pick up a few things. Alright, so I'm Shawn from Beat Rockers. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for learning. Peace.
Pump that bass.